Little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had two necks. I got homies that can sleep without two. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the shotgun, again to Elliott. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Richardson, 83 yards, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the point after.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
A fairly short kick from the 14. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They run again on first down. Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career, and Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
At the 29-yard line.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll fire deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Ezekiel Elliott.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. Third and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. The officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Give to Cook out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The throw over the middle, taken in, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. With 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Vikings 7.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
The Cowboy ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking deep downfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And some space here. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Defensively that time they were in zone. What lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Well, going for Jefferson downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is Tony Pollard. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 9 now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
For the Cowboy field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Gain at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now left side on the swing pass. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, it's Elliott. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Now the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
10th carry now for Elliott. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
That is caught at the 7. Now the Cowboys are going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Good. Makes the score Cowboys 31, Vikings 16.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. No return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Draw play, Elliott. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
1st down, Dallas.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Richardson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Again, it's Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. A big seam, and he might go away. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 25-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Out of the gun now on third down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
10 at the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a run with Cook. And a powerful stiff arm that frees him. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Back to throw here. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and 7.
promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, and now it's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And that will be incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And my goodness, another interception. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
And the Cowboy first down.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Vikings 16.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On the deep ball. brings up 3rd down and 7.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete.
The pass, incomplete on the deep ball.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this ball is going to be touchdown just shy of midfield. And we'll return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. This to Jarwin. And he'll get nothing out of that one. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's something out there. There'll be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll set up to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Second and 6. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. 3rd down here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here's another interception. Inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They go to Elliott again, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
4th down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taking it about the 36. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the...
And my goodness, another interception. With a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Cowboys.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Dallas, it's a 4th win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on